So I'm not gonna say what song I heard it in, but you sent me something, and in the song you said you would take the front end over the back end, referring to the music business and like making money in the music business. What do you mean by that? Like,
well, basically like, well, I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but specifically my life was fast, and life in general is unpredictable. So it's like, I'd rather have that shit coming on the front end right away, and then I could use all the knowledge and intelligence I've acquired over the years to decide what to do with that, instead of waiting around for something, and then like chilling and see how it comes on the end. I mean, it's smart to take things on the end, of course, because it's like it's good to have that shit come in later, but it's like you just gotta have that confidence in yourself. You know how to manage what's gonna be put in front.
Sure. So like when it comes to like the front end, do you feel like you're not at any type of a loss?
It goes back to like what I said. Like it all depends on how you manage it.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a loss if you lose it.
That makes sense.
If you take care of what you're handling, then you got it. Like,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense because I definitely got to the point where I realized like some of that short term money can go farther for you if you just have better money management. So it's like a lot of the times like the back end is enticing because it's a larger bag, but a lot of the times just because it's a larger bag doesn't mean it's a better bag.
Yeah, a lot of times too, the front end do be the bigger bag. It's just that the back end will be the more consistent, safe bag. Like it'll be coming in pieces. It'll be coming in normally, but it's like with that advanced bread, it make you feel different. That's one thing. It feels like you actually like you hit your goal. And on top of that too, it's like you really just gotta understand what's happening. Like that's gonna be a problem coming into it if you haven't like really understood it. But if you really have that preparation for it, it's not gonna be too much of a problem for you.
When it comes to making music, what's the part that you don't like the most? Like what part like can't you stand? Because there's always gonna be something you don't like about something you love.
I don't know. I'm just getting stuck. That's all it is. It's not really necessarily like the art itself though. Fuck with music in general. Like overall, everything about it is cool. It's just like when you get to that point where you don't know what to do. Like, that's an annoying feeling. There's a lot behind it.
Huh. What's like the lowest point that you felt so far, like musically, in your career?
Man, honestly, I feel like it's all perspective wise. Like, but definitely when I had a girlfriend, girls will slow you down.
Why did you say that?
Yeah, in general, it take a lot of time that you could be devoting to something else, time and resources that you could be devoting to something else. On top of that too, it's like, until you're at that level too, I don't even want the consciousness of my mind of a woman thinking about something that could be more.
Nah.
I'd rather already be at that level when I meet her.
Wouldn't you want to fuck with somebody that like you could really build with too? Like at this age, like let's say you meet somebody around your age that kind of has like that same mindset. Like you wouldn't like that either.
Nah, fuck no.
Word?
That's DTB. I can't really trust women in general.
Why?
Overall, I don't even think I fuck with girls. Like I can't like lock them down no more. Like I really just have fun. I just chill. I just enjoy life at this point. Cause I think I'm gonna do it for a while. It's just I don't know, me personally, that shit doesn't fit into my lifestyle.
Doesn't it like feel lonely after a while though, bro? Like you don't get tired?
Nah, it don't compare to the problems that I'm gonna have to face when I'm in them. I feel like I feel worse during those problems over the low years.
But do you think that the relationship problems are like solely one-sided, or is it like a...
Nah, not necessarily. I feel like something that's just always gonna come with them. Always gonna come with them. You just gotta tolerate it. I feel like relationships is about tolerance. How much tolerance you got. I got zero tolerance. A lot of niggas could last long, but that's because they're tolerating a lot of things that I wouldn't tolerate. I'm not here to tolerate those things.
You said I'm a zero tolerance individual.
Yeah, nah.
So like your tolerance doesn't change based upon how much you love the person?
Nah, not at all. And that's my problem too. I know maybe I might let shit slide if I fuck with the person more, but that's a weakness in my end. Like, you shouldn't be letting nothing slide.
Oh, you want one of these?
Yeah, facts.
Got it from Walgreens. Which is
That shit give you energy.
yeah, it's a Baya energy drink.
It's got the immune support too and all that.
That they say that, but they put that on anything nowadays.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I've been noticing that everything has antioxidants and all this other shit. And I'm just like, nah.
Cap.
That's what I'm thinking too, bro. Because like some of these things be tasting mad sweet. They don't taste like what healthy things should be tasting like.
Yeah, this is buzz.
It does buzz.
Buzz.
Got the bro. I got raspberry lime. Shit not bad.
Right.
I can't wait till the day like I get to the point where I can get sponsored to do certain things.
Nah, facts.
You know what I mean? Like I'm just sitting down and I'm like, oh yeah, these shoes are from like this one brand that I really fuck with. Or
Brand deals be cutting out too. We have homies with a whole bunch of brand deals.
damn,
It's just stack up. I didn't know you could have like a whole bunch on top of each other.
they're like booster packs, bro. For like,
You can collect 20 brand deals if you want, and they'll each be paying you 7-6K.
Yo,
Like, yeah.
I'm trying to be on some like ASAP Rocky shit. Like you see how this nigga he's like modeling for like Dior and all these other brands. Like, I'm trying to do that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, nah. That nigga had a long run doing a good one. So like, he has
For
the
real,
leverage to
bro.
push it off like that. Yeah.
And even now, like this nigga has the clout and he has like the perspicacity to where niggas are gonna fuck with whatever he says. So if Rocky walks in the room and he's like, "Yo, we gonna do this brand. We gonna do the X, Y, and Z way," nigga, he's just that nigga. You gotta listen to him. Like
He has such a good track record too. So
Exactly.
they want to collaborate. They want his fans
mm-hmm.
to engage with the other, like whatever they're selling. That's how it goes.
I think that's what like kind of stops me from like making a lot of moves is because I'm so worried about making my track record as clean as possible. That way, when I get to the point where I'm asking to do like the bigger ideas I have, like there's no pushback or like there's minimal pushback. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
I don't want to be in a position to where niggas is like, but you did this one thing that was kind of controversial or like, So nah, it's like, damn, bro.
Yeah, nah, facts. You gotta know how to play your cards. You gotta know how to make your shit just straight.
It's like the politics of anything. It's like knowing how to interact with like teachers or like managers at work or like some shit like that. You gotta like learn when to kind of not submit, but kind of just play it back and be like, all right, bro.
You know how to play the cards. Cause it's about winning in the end. It's not about proving them. You
For
prove
real.
it when you win, when you're at the finish line. That's the only proof you got to show. That's really all it is.
I'm not gonna lie, you kind of made me more privy to that because there was definitely a while where like I felt like I had something to prove all the time, and that's what stopped me from doing what I genuinely wanted to do.
Yeah, nah, facts. You gotta be humble before like the come up overall in general. You gotta know like there's gonna be a time when none of that shit matters and I'm gonna flex and it's just gonna be lit. Like you gotta know to be the sidekick sometimes. So
Yeah,
you're even in the position to be a hero. That's how it gotta go.
that shit is crazy. Because when you think about it too, you look at you seen that new Batman game by the way?
Nah, I don't think so.
Bro, so like they made a completely new Batman game. Basically, it's not Arkham anymore. Like you know how they have the Arkham series? So it's not Arkham anymore. Now how it's gonna be is it's the 3 members of the Bat family or like the 4 members of the Bat family. So you got like Red Hood, Nightwing, and Batwoman. Red Hood, and Robin. So 4 of them. And you get to play as all 4 of them in the city and like fight crime and shit.
That's all right.
But it's like, it's crazy because if you look at it, when Batman steps down, the sidekick steps up. So whoever was Robin, like Nightwing becomes the new Batman or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
It's the same concept. It's like
Literally.
you gotta be number 2.
Yeah, you
At some
gotta know how to
point.
be a worker to be a boss.
That is. Like I noticed that too, especially like at my job. Like I'll look at the managers and I'll just be watching some of them, like the younger ones. And I'm just like listening to how they talk and shit. And I'm like, oh okay, so like they're observant.
Yeah, nah, you gotta understand.
Yeah. It's like a lot of people aren't really that observant. They
Yeah.
kind of just play it back. They don't really think. They're just kind of.
That's most of the world. They run on autopilot.
Literally, it's like autopilot. You ever notice you just do certain things off impulse?
Yeah, facts.
Like,
I try to become more aware of it, so I'm always active and understanding what's going on and aware.
I be trying, bro.
Yeah, facts.
I be trying to like. You ever like wake up? It's the first thing you do is get on Instagram,
Yeah, facts. Shit like that. Yeah.
bro. I feel like sometimes that kind of ruins my day too.
Yeah, nah, it makes you forget dreams.
Oh shit, that's a
Kinda
big one.
Yeah, it kind of affects the chemicals that are produced when you first wake up. Like, yeah, it fucks up like a good wake up and shit like that. Like your brain is not really like processing everything that's going into the morning. It's just going straight to like some information that takes a lot of brain power to digest at the beginning. that's exactly why you forget your dreams. You start going straight into like
Advanced processing.
Yeah, you're breaking down colors, information. You're seeing a news article about somebody who just died. You're doing a lot of things. You're taking a lot of info.
Yeah.
When your brain is just like trying to turn on.
Yeah, it's like
wake up, I
overwhelmed.
should say. Yeah.
Holy shit! I never knew about it that deep. I did know about affecting like REM sleep, because that's the main reason why I try to stop going to sleep fried. Or I would like try to stop like taking melatonin.
Too.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And that's a big reason as to why I don't drink. Because whenever I drink, bro, I have like some fucking weird dreams, bro.
Yeah, it's the opposite for drinking.
For drinking, yeah, it gives me like it gives me weird, like scary ass dreams. Like
that's
not
probably why I was having dreams lately, because I usually don't since I smoke. And now I'm having dreams.
like whenever you do smoke, you have dreams, or whenever you don't smoke.
When I smoke, I don't have dreams.
Yeah, when I smoke, bro,
time,
like,
so
it's rare that I'll have a dream. Like the other day, I smoked and I had a dream, and the only thing I remember is like my hair was like way longer, like my locks were like way longer, and I just pulled them back and put a rubber band about them, and that's all I remember. And I was just like, what was the significance of that? I don't know. But when I used to really track my dreams, I would wake up and write them down. And I noticed every time I wrote them down, the next time I would dream, I'd retain more information.
Yeah, if that's what you're supposed to do.
You could train your brain to deadass, like, recall your whole dream.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You could actually really control them, too. Like, you ever heard of astral projection?
Yeah.
Shit's crazy.
But I never stuck that deep into it, but I used to control my dreams in general. My dad used to actually teach me that. My dad used to make it mad simple. He was like, yo, just think about things you want to do before you go to sleep. And it just replicates in the dreams.
I'm not gonna lie, I might have to try that tonight.
Yeah, I used to have this one bad dream. Everybody has it, where you just falling and shit.
You just fall?
Yeah, when you're just falling in darkness, you're just falling. Like you're just falling infinitely. You never had that dream.
I probably have, because it's like I'm getting a certain, like, if I feel
like
it.
You're just like, it's like a whole black space and you just
Yeah,
falling.
like a sunken place.
Yeah, you just keep falling forever.
Oof.
Fucking that nigga was like, yo, just pretend you have wings. And then I did that before I went to sleep. And then I started falling. I didn't even know I was going to have the dream again. But I started falling and I was like, oh yeah, I got wings. And then I just started flying up. And then the dream ended.
You're reminded. It's like
I didn't even get nowhere. The dream just ended. That just showed me. Like, that's how
bro.
That's how you get rid of them shit. Like,
yo, nah. You ever heard of the bell curve?
I don't, in terms of what? Like, I feel like I've heard that word. But.
Bro, the bell curve is basically like, if I'm recalling correctly, it's when something looks human, but it isn't. So like, you look at that painting over there, and it's like, it's human, but something about it doesn't look human, you know? It's like we have this thing in our brain, like this instinct in our brain, so where we look at certain people, not people, but things, and they look very close to being a human, but something about it is so off that it could not be human. Like, you ever see like a creepypasta? Like Slender Man, or like the Momo shit?
I mean, I don't know what you mean though, like in terms of like, I do know what those look like, but you mean like when you like see like a pile of clothes and they look like a fucking, like a monster or something? Something
like that, like your brain kind of forms it into something that it can fathom.
Yeah.
But the bell curve is basically, it already exists, like, or a depiction of it is already made. It's not something that your brain's making up.
Yeah.
That's what's fucking with you. It's like, nah, this shit is real. Like, that shouldn't be real. Like,
yeah.
It fucks with you. It's crazy. Like,
that's crazy.
That's why you ever seen Slender Man?
Nah, the movie?
Nah, just like the character.
In general, yeah.
Yeah. You ever notice, like, if you look at it, it's just like something about it is off-putting when it's drawn properly. Like, you ever see like the real life pictures that they try to do with that nigga?
Yeah.
Where like, people do imitations. You ever notice how creepy those pictures look?
Yeah, facts.
Bro. I can see.
So that's kind of like what it is?
Yeah, that's basically what it is. That's the bell curve, bro. This shit is...
That is weird.
I found out about it like a couple days ago. Oh no, it's not called the bell curve. It's called the uncanny valley.
Oh.
The bell curve is something else.
Yeah. I was like, that's such a weird name to refer to that.
Yeah, no, it's called the uncanny valley.
Oh.
I believe.
That's crazy.
Damn.
I'm gonna do research on that shit.
Yeah, bro, like that shit will creep you out. Uncanny valley.
Yeah, it started making a different sound.
Like I said, Mr. Engineer, man.
Hard.
What's your opinion on credit use?
Useless.
Useless. Like I said, useless. Foolish.
Super fun game. Like, it's like it's useful in terms of like not having to exert your cash for things. Like if you want to be able to buy a house, but you don't want to put all the money down. If you want to buy a car, you don't want to buy it out full.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's where credit comes in use. But if you get fucking rich, then you're buying all that shit out flat. I mean, you don't have to. Even if you are rich, it's better to not buy things out flat because then you have more spending power, not exerting all your cash. But the purpose of it is literally just that. Just so you can leverage with cash that's not yours. The problem with that, though, is that not a lot of people generally, like, get informed on the knowledge of it all. Along with it also having way more downsides to it. So it's like it can be more hurtful in the whole process of trying to figure things like that out. Like, life is so grand. Life isn't just buying a car, buying a house, buying this. So when you're not doing that, what else is it doing to you?
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of how I look at it. And there's other ways to, like, work around it. Like, I don't really like to use it. I just put, like, small subscriptions on there, pay rent, and that kind of runs it without me having to, like, kind of, like, play some type of game against my finances to figure out how to make it rise.
Right.
So it's like it kind of goes up steadily for me, and it's actually really well. And then I just do what I gotta do with it, but I don't like focus on it because, yeah, I already see where that goes when it becomes like this type of thing. You have to like.
It's like a hamster wheel.
Yeah, literally.
Like, I was talking to my dad about it.
Set up as a trap, like, I swear.
I was talking to my dad about it, and he was telling me, like, yeah, but, like, there's benefits. Like, I get points for traveling. I was like, yeah, but that's how they get you. It's a hamster wheel. Because they're going to give you points for traveling, yeah. But in order to get those travel points, you have to spend money you didn't intend on spending.
Yeah.
And then you have to pay that debt off. And then they give you points. And then you use those points to go on a trip that you didn't plan on going.
Yeah.
And
it's
spend
like the same
money.
Concept of sales.
Yeah.
Like, somebody's telling you these paper towels are on sale, get 6 for $20. You didn't want 6.
You wanted
one. Maybe it would have costed you 4, and yes, you would have saved $4 on the 6. Like,
yeah,
like,
but you
only
didn't
wanted
need that
one.
much.
So now you came here and ended up spending 20. Like, that was the whole plan. Like,
now you just have a closet of toilet paper. And
it didn't cost them anywhere near the price it cost them to make these shits. They just wanted a little bit of extra change out of you because they knew you only were gonna come here to buy one. They were like, you were gonna buy one, we want you to buy 6, and they tricked you by just taking a few dollars off that hurt their price by no type of way.
Bro, my job does it. Like, they are like, oh yeah, you could get this burger, right? You could get whatever cheeseburger you want, or like whatever burger we have in house, and for an extra $1, we'll give you 5 boneless wings.
Yeah, facts.
To eat with the burger. So now it's like you're gonna spend that extra $1, or you'll go out of your way to get even a second burger. I've seen people do. Just so they could get 10 wings.
Yeah, exactly.
For $2. They're like, oh, we'll get 10 boneless wings for $2.
Yeah,
and
it's all made out of chicken scratch in the back, so it's like it costs the seller nothing, along with the getting you to spend extra money. It's
literally,
like, you never had that intention. It's like
and one thing I would say that is a huge benefit that I feel like a lot of people don't take advantage of is understanding how businesses work by working in like dead end jobs and like business jobs, or like not business, sales jobs and shit like that. Like, every job that I've worked, I've learned more things about business just by paying attention to what people talk about. Managers complain all the time. They'll literally tell you exactly how to run a business just by complaining about it so much. So you'll just know exactly what to avoid. Like, all the managers I have at my job right now, they're so anal about, like, any little thing. Like, you drop a cup on the floor, nigga, that's, like, minus 2 cents. Like, 0.2 cents or something like that. But they calculate it. They're like, nah, stop wasting our cups. The other day, somebody put a bunch of like paper towel in the garbage, and my manager was tight. She was like, "Damn, that's a waste of paper towels. That's my money being drained." Yeah. So they account for every single penny. But then I see people when they have change, they're like, "Oh, I don't care about it."
Yeah,
that's like, nah, bro. You gotta account for like every little thing.
Yeah,
and like
the little things that build up to the big thing.
People will shame you for it. Like, I remember one guy, he was trying to sell me an electric skateboard. And I was like, nah, I like my skateboard. It's cheaper and it does exactly what the fuck I want it to do. He's like, nah, like, get this one is $400. I was like, yeah, but that's more money than I intended on spending. He's like, nah, you're just cheap. And I'm like, I'm not cheap. I'm just smart with my money. Like, I'm not going to spend money on something just to prove to you, like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is. At the end of the day, the money's always going to be the flex.
It is.
Like, if somebody showed me, I don't know, a pair of shoes that were $30,000, I'd be like, damn, that's crazy, nice shoes.
Yeah.
If somebody showed me $30,000, I'd be like,
damn, that's $30K?
Like, yeah, like, how'd you get that? Why do you still have it? Like, you're cool. Like, you're cool for still being able to show it to me.
You know where I draw the line at though? Things that can't just be bought off, like, I don't know, like, trading and shit. Like something you wouldn't normally see somebody with, even if they had bread. Like niggas that get money, like niggas that we've seen get money, like scammer niggas. Anybody that we see growing up had money. Anybody that we saw growing up had money, right? They were always wearing like Jordans or something like that. But then you take it a step further. You walk around, you see a grown man with like an AP on, or like a Rolex on. You're gonna be like, whoa, like bro, what do you do? Like I was working at my job, I was cleaning tables. I look over to this guy and he has an AP on.
Yeah.
I'm like, excuse me, sir. I don't mean to like interrupt, but like, what do you do? And he's like, oh, I own a school in Haiti. I'm like, what?
Nah, that's crazy.
Off of that, he has an AP, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah, nah.
That's the real flex. So when I see somebody come in with some like nice sneakers, I'm like, oh yeah, those are hard, but like, I'm not spending $200.
Like timepieces and like antique and like fine jewelry like are really good ways to like establish statues of wealth. That's like why I just got a watch. like a watch is like a really good social proof of like you have it, along with like a nice car. There's like only a few things that can establish that. That's why like you can walk up to a girl in a Dior shirt, she might just like be like, get the fuck away.
Yeah.
You know, but then you're in the Lamb, she's like a nice car.
Yeah,
like, that's just how it is. Like there's only certain things that are gonna have like really big effects on statues of wealth. And I feel like if you're gonna try to flex, it should be only for those things. Yeah. That's why I'm like not in big support of like buying clothes and or anything anymore. You put on some like nice clothes and like 14-year-olds that are scamming have the same things. Like they're wearing Monclers and like there's nothing special about it. And there's older niggas wearing the Gucci from back in their day. Like there's nothing special about that. Everybody got it. Yeah. It's like when you put on like a watch that costs $40K, you driving a car that costs $300, you like live in a house that costs $2 million. There's only real things that will like, okay, you have these like few things, like yeah, we know you have. There's no like extra digging or proof we have to find behind you. Exactly. Like you just focus on that one thing you gotta get, those few things you gotta get. That's what actually like acts as the flex without having to do too much work, to be honest. That's a fact. Yeah, nah, facts. Looking back, I would just buy a whole bunch of watches in place of a lot of clothes I bought. I'd sacrifice 20 pairs of shoes, 20 hoodies, 20 pants just to get watches in each of them. Like, that's crazy. It's a good power move, and it's like I feel like when you learn it at an earlier age, like you hop out of that high school habit of like flexing. Yeah. Because I feel like growing up, like flexing was important for us. Like niggas, you had to be flexing. Like if niggas didn't see you in like some Yeezys or whatever, niggas wasn't fucking with you. Like I remember I was in class and like there was this one girl and she saw me wearing these shoes, bro. Like I wasn't even getting fly at the time. I had on like some Nike running shoes, and she looked down at my feet and she's like, "What are those, bro? Why are you talking to me?" I was like, "Damn." And she had on my favorite pair of Jordans. She had on the Take Flight 8s. So that made this thing even worse, bro. That's like the equivalent of like a nigga playing basketball his whole life and Michael Jordan look at you and he's like, "Yo, bro, like you're not built for this." Yeah, like that shit hurt. After that, I was like, nah, I vowed to get my sneaker game up, bro. I stopped every other academic pursuit and I just focused on making money to get drip and then trading that drip for better drip. Like I traded drip like Pokemon cards, bro. No, facts. I learned that same shit too. You gotta be at school to get flamed. Yeah. Until you could realize like, yo, this is what I gotta do to step my shit up. That's when I started just getting hella bread, buying every shoes. I was trading shoes too. I was dumb and I was doing everything I can to flex up. But then looking back, I realized I would have been fine taking all that money getting a rollie. Literally, like dressing in sweat clothes for my whole high school career. That's why I realized those are the real flexes. Like, I feel like there's a lot of pain that comes with hindsight, and it's even worse because it's like this is coming from like financial aspects. So it's like as you get older and you realize how many bags you fucked up. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. You're supposed to fuck with a few, so you understand. On that 18th bag, this is what I do. Literally. It's going to be natural with anybody that comes into money newly. If you're not born into a rich family that already has these habits like instilled, you're going to have to go through that process to learn. That's how most humans have to learn, bro. Yeah. We got to take the L first. We have to learn the hard way. That's how people learn. That's why the government is as serious as it is. Like, you got to go to jail. You got to be shot. You got to be... There has to be whatever, a harsh penalty. Like, for a human to finally understand this is like, what I can't do. We're fake old knuckleheads. Like, that's how it is. Like, so... You really just got to... Coming into that shit, you got to take a couple L's. Like, fuck up that bag and look back and be like, all right, next bag, I won't do this. And you're probably going to fuck up the next one. But then one day you're going to get it. You're going to be like, all right. Something's going to click. Yeah, whatever that shit goes. I think
I've come to the point where I have the awareness of that, so that's why like I try to actively, like I aggressively chase all these things. Like I aggressively chase the idea of like financial intelligence. I aggressively chase it because I'm like I don't want to get to the point where I'm 25, 26, 27 and I realize I've been fucking up my whole life. Yeah, like that shit scares me. Like I just don't want to look back and be like, oh wow, like I'm mediocre. You know,
25, 27 is when you want to really be preparing for
like a bigger move.
Yeah, and your high school reunion, you gotta make sure you're about to flex up. Like I'm sliding to mine in a Royce. I'm gonna come in like 5 bitches. Are not on the list, and they're still gonna get in. Like it's gonna be bad.
Like you said, I'm that clouded now.
Yeah, I'm gonna violate, bro. I'm gonna be jewelry down. I'm gonna be maybe not jewelry down. Maybe I'll just have like an RM or something. Like, cause I'm not a jewelry person. I'm a watch person, but I'm getting more into rings.
I don't know. I've always been a fan of like the more the style of accessorizing where it's like you're rich but you don't flaunt it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like
I
subtle
realize
rich.
Bro, all the billionaire niggas, they dress in a button up, some khakis, some loafers, and one nice watch. That's all you need.
It's nice just watch. Clean shit. But people look at that and they're like, oh yeah, he got all that from Walmart. Nah, he got like
I'm
the top
realizing
of the top
that's what
shit.
Rich is starting to look like though.
Yeah,
like Rich is starting to look like that. Like that's what like it's always been the Rich, but it's getting more back into style. I'm seeing like even like 21 Savage. Like a lot of rappers deciding that's what we're doing now. Like it's looking cooler to just wear white t-shirts, some jeans, and some Vans. Yeah. And because of your like your social status, niggas know like yo, he doesn't have to do that. He got it.
Literally, bro.
That's kind of like what I'm aiming for too, cause
facts. I feel like that's the only way to go.
But like that jewelry shit, it just makes you a lick. That's
it does.
One thing.
It puts you in a disadvantage.
Yeah, OD. And two, like, I mean, it all depends on what person you are, but like, I got to a point where it's like. There's too many people in this earth, and life ain't about just them too. I mean, life is about everybody, not just about yourself. But there's times you gotta think about yourself and realize, like all this jewelry, like, it's only to flex on some people, but you can't flex on everybody. It's like you're gonna have to put this shit on all the time to make sure everybody can see this shit. Yeah.
And then it becomes like a part of you. It becomes your identity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not only do you, like, I started realizing when I got more and more jewelry, I was putting this shit on, you take it off, you feel like less of yourself. You feel like you need that shit. Oof. And then on top of that, too, besides that feeling, it's like, you don't get too many genuine relationships. Yeah. Like, in terms of friendships, and, like, it's, you'll walk into a room and your whole conversation will be about jewelry. Instead of, like, yo, what's my name? Like, that's how I'm
just, like... Yeah, that watch, it's something about it, and they're just talking to you about it for like 30 minutes. It's like
you also make yourself a target, and then it's like it's not necessary to prove you're rich. Like I realize when I go to a club and our section got all the bitches, and it's just me and my 2 homies, and there's so many niggas in there, mad jewelry down, just no bitches in their section. And that's crazy. But like, even though they was looking more up than us, we was just chilling. Like we just still look like we was the shit running that shit.
I feel like it's the confidence.
Yeah, it's
the confidence.
It's like really just about how you hold that shit. I feel like usually one watch, couple rings, maybe no rings. One watch is like literally all you pull that shit off. Don't even gotta be bust out. It's gotta be a nice watch.
You know what I'm into? I'm into like a lot of like minimal, like nice fitting clothing. Like the Fear of God essential stuff. Like I feel like that type of flex, like the Rick Owens with the Fear of God, little pieces like that, even like Paxson stuff, really, like just calm, plain pieces. I like that with like simple accessorizing.
You know, facts.
And it's like I feel like I lean much more to the artistic side and like the fashion side, so I don't really care about like diamonds or anything like that. Like I just care if the jewelry looks nice with the fit.
Yeah, facts.
I wear beads over like a bust down.
Facts.
To be honest.
Nah, I'd always put on the bust down. You feel me? That doesn't mean. I just always wanted a bust down watch. Honestly, I feel like I don't have to do anything else in life not be content just because I had a bust down watch. I just really like watches. I take watches over anything. I'd be homeless with a whole bunch of watches. And somebody said you can never own anything else in the world, not even clothes, just watches.
Yeah.
I just want watches.
Why watches?
It's a bad deal, but I'll take it just because I like watches so much.
It's like that guy from Lord of the Rings. He's just like obsessing over the ring. That's how you are about watches.
Oh, D. Like, I just like the artwork of them all. Like, just the history, design, the flex, like everything around it. It's just like a perfect item. It's such a perfect commodity to own.
It's crazy.
It accessorizes. It holds value. It looks fucking nice, and it's like it's art on your wrist.
So what do you spend the most time doing since you don't have a regular job? Like you don't have any responsibilities technically, unless you choose to. Unless you literally choose to keep running it up.
No, I literally just write music,
Mhm.
trade crypto,
Yeah.
play video games.
Mhm.
Some of this.
I'm like a little kid doing a class presentation.
I chill with my niggas in between every here and there.
Okay.
Of course.
Right.
A lot. I chill with my niggas a lot, but it's in between the schedule.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's just the repeat cycle of my life.
Mm.
No, when I travel around, it kind of like alters. The club gets going in there a little bit.
Mm. Where's like the coolest place you traveled so far?
I don't know. Maybe like DR. DR is cool.
That sounds lit. I definitely went to DR once on a cruise. There was like a bunch of dogs on the beach. It was cool.
I like how the roofs is made of straws and shit.
Yeah, I did peep that over there.
Like SpongeBob.
Bro, I watched my mom get finessed on the beach. Like, she bought this bracelet for $15, and I kept telling her, I was like, if we go buy the ship, it's only gonna be like $8. You're getting finessed, Mom. You're getting finessed. And she just kept ignoring me, and she bought it. I was so tight. I was like, bro, you just got finessed, bro. Like, she just finessed you out of all your doubloons.
All your doubloons, I know.
Like, all your schmeckles, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And she was just like, oh, no, it's fine. I'm like, it's the concept. It's the principle.
Yeah, nah.
You know, you just got finessed.
That's the mindset everybody has to keep up with.
Yeah.
Save all them dollars.
Literally, it's the principle. Like, that's the reason I still pick up pennies, bro. Because there's
almost
this
50%, like right up on that item.
Literally.
You could have had double the money if you thought about every single 50% write up you was going through in the year.
Literally, bro.
That's the difference between 20K and 40K.
Literally, bro. It's like, it could be a penny. It matters to a certain degree. Like, I remember one time I was watching this one guy on YouTube. And he's like really successful. I look at him. I watch his content because it's like online mentorship. That's how I look at it. Bro, he's walking around. He picks up a penny on the floor, and he's just like, somebody looked at me the other day weird for picking up pennies. This is why I have a car and they don't. This is why. Like, he's telling you why he's rich, bro. Like, you look at rich people's habits, and they're not ashamed to be humble. Like,
yeah, nah.
You look at all these actors, and they're taking a train and shit.
Because the objective is collecting the money.
Yeah.
As long as you collect it and then just see what it's at, you're good.
Like, some of these actors actually make way more than rappers, bro. And they be chilling.
Nah.
They be living way
TV
humbly.
money is way bigger. And then they have less of the same expenses.
Yeah.
One thing that kills rappers is jewelry.
I feel like that comes from, like, the aspect of social proof.
Yeah, and, like, the history of rap itself. The development of jewelry into the industry itself kind of just got bigger and bigger. The chains got bigger. The chains got icier.
Yeah.
And it's honestly the biggest, like... it's, like, the biggest, like,
Flex.
hurdle for like, the rap industry, because they do a great job of making it look like it's affordable.
Yeah, they deadass do, bro.
They do spend $250,000 on that chain and the watches and the bracelets and the rings, and then like that's a fourth of your deal, and you still gotta pay taxes, which is 50% of that. But then you bought a house, and you're still paying the bills in the house. Then you also got a lamb truck.
Yeah, then you still gotta take care of all your niggas.
You still gotta pay the taxes, and you got money now, so they're gonna test your pockets. Right?
Literally.
That's another thing. And because you're a rapper, you're gonna obviously subdue to it. Like,
literally, because you feel like you have to, because you're Mr. Got It now.
Yeah, bro. Everybody, you're gonna think that you owe your friend that new house. You owe your friend 10 bands now because he's your friend, and that money's gonna go. Even though, that's your homie.
Yeah.
But it's like, is that homie gonna get that 10K back, or is he gonna go to a Miri and like your 10K? That's the same as you just going to a Miri taking that 10K. Like, you could have just did that. You could have wasted that budget.
Literally.
No way.
You could have just thrown it out the window at that point.
People, but you gotta know strategic way and strategic timing and like how everything can work out. Because at the end of the day, money is not infinite. There's management to it.
That's
what
what
make that shit seem easy, but it's not that easy. That shit will go like this, bro. You could lose 100K in a few minutes. Like that's how it goes.
For real. I was talking to my friend the other day about it. Like, we were talking about like, like when we get more successful, like what we're gonna do. And he was like, like, I'm gonna make sure my family good. I'm gonna keep giving them bread. I was like, that's one thing that I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna lie. And whenever I say that, people always look at me like I'm some asshole. I'm like,
you gotta make sure you have cash flow. Cash flow is important. And cash flow isn't big cash flow to the point where you're gifting niggas money comes in later down the line. That shit is not overnight.
Even then, bro, because in my head I'm like, all right, let's say I give you the bread because I have so much money that I can give you that money and not think about it twice.
Yeah.
And I give it to you, and you go and you mess it up, or like you go and you do whatever, and you come back, you want more, and I just keep giving you more and more. You're not learning how to get anything for yourself. So it's like if my shit stops tomorrow, you don't know how to sustain yourself.
Oh, dear.
And it's like, that's not what I stand for. That's not really what I value. Like, I like pushing people to be the best they can be. So that means I'm going to make sure that you can eat. But I'm going to make sure you can eat on your own. Like, I'm not going to make sure you can just eat if only if I'm eating.
Yeah.
Because what if I need you to help me out one day, bro? Like,
No, facts.
we gotta build each other up. So I don't just give people bread.
On top of that, too, the bag, your first bag is not, it's your first bag. Like,
Yeah.
niggas don't really take that into perspective. They don't really think about, wait a minute, the last 18, 19, 23, 24 years of my life, I was broke. Like,
Yeah.
this is not an everyday thing.
That
This is not something that I blow it and yeah, I'm Mr. Bag Getter. I make $100K tomorrow, the next day, the next month. No, bro, your first bag, you manage that, bro. You can lose that first bag and be starving for the next like 6 years. That's how it goes, bro. Like, that's not something like, oh, this is the most money in my life I've seen, so now it's infinite, bro. That's just something. That's something that goes too. Yeah. If you feel now because you have $100K, you have to give somebody $10K. When have you ever given anybody $10K? Think about that. Where did that number come from? Like,
that came from you being in another standpoint now. But it's not real.
You're thinking because you have this money, you can do this now. I mean, you can afford.
But you haven't made it. You haven't had 100K months, 100K years. Yeah. You had a 100K day, 100K.
You make those moves when you're a source of like money generation. You're just getting into this, you're just like seeing this shit, you new money. You're not understanding like, yo, once this shit is gone, I'm gonna have to scramble back for it. And the problem with that too is that when you have that money, a lot of people will change their quality of life, which is not supposed to do.
That's lifestyle inflation, right?
Exactly. So once you've already made it to that point and then you blew off all that money, it's not gonna feel the same as when you were broke. It's gonna feel like I had something and I lost it. It's gonna feel like I was on top and now I'm at the bottom. Like,
literally,
it's not gonna feel the same as I was broke. It's gonna feel like, nigga, I've been robbed.
It's like shame.
From me. Yeah, it feels like death, nigga. It feels horrible. Like, you don't want that feeling.
That shit is a burden.
That's why why Osiris want to keep going on the gram saying he's gonna kill himself, bro. That shit it's a terrible feeling to be on top and lose it. Yeah, bro. You don't want to be on top and lose it. So it's like people got to take that shit into perspective. Yeah. Losing 100K is a whole different from never having it. So it's like you got to make sure you protect those first bags. And really feed people when it's really the time to. There's a time for everything. Yeah. Just because you have it now does not mean this is the time, bro. Literally. A girl could have a child at 9 years old. That doesn't mean she's ready to be a mother. Like, that's not the time, bro. You gotta wait a good 30 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's,
be more traded, bro.
Yeah,
like,
bro. Just because you can do something now doesn't mean it's the time and place.
I started saying that to myself more and more as I got older. I was like, yo, just because I can doesn't mean I can, bro. Exactly. Like, I'd be like, oh, shit, like, I got an extra $300. I could afford to DoorDash today and tomorrow. I'm like, nah, nigga, just because you can doesn't mean you can, bro. Like,
and the fact that you're in a state of saying, I can do this because of this, means that this is, like, a thing you're not used to. Yeah. You're feeling this way as if, like, this isn't my everyday. Exactly. If this was your everyday, you wouldn't have felt like that.
Yeah, I would be like, shit, what about
you doing this attack on your own pockets is going to only shorten your whole progress of getting to where you want to get. Because on your average day, you're wishing to be on these days. And the days you're on this day, you're trying to go backwards. Literally. You're just going to be in this phase of 2 steps forward, 8 steps backwards. It's not gonna
literally,
work.
bro.
Just like,
I think that's what happens to a lot of people. I feel like we start off and we're on this path and we're jogging, and our end goal is like all the way down there, but we're jogging.
See something you like,
but you see something you like, you stop, you get a lemonade,
you see like $1 on the floor.
You see $1 on the floor. Saw a cute girl, you want to talk for a bit, and now it's like you're doing all this stuff, you're getting burnt out, you're getting tired, you starting to lean on these things more.
Damn near see it's dark time, the lights is coming out, I'm about to turn back. Like, and there was $10K waiting at the end of that.
Bro. And you're sitting there, you're like, damn. Sometimes, like, you get so wrapped up in everything else, you forgot why you started. Yeah. You know what I mean? You like, shit.
That's why it's been like, stay focused.
Literally.
Had that plenty of it.
I feel like what helps me the most is to just write it down. Like, if I see it every day and it's constantly drilled in my head, it just makes me like, all right, cool. This is what I'm thinking about today. This is This is what my time is dedicated to.
That's why the system is based off of that for school. Because then they know that's the best way to make children.
You just gotta drill it into people.
Yeah, it's the best way to make people say something.
And it's ironic because as somebody that dropped out of school, I tend to lean to the methods that schools use to teach people to myself. So I'll just make myself do repeated things every single day. Yeah. Like, I'll drill it to myself. Like, I'll be like, you wake up at this time, you read this book, you do this, you do that. And it's what helps me progress so fast. Yeah. So, like, that's why I feel like I don't really plateau as much as I used to, because I literally became my own teacher. Yeah. I mean, like, I assign myself shit all the time.